Woo! All right, we are back. Welcome, everybody, to the RetroLab podcast. Woo!
Episode 6.
Whoop! We're here. It's me, Futureman. We're live on Twitch. We're here. It's MadDawgMike.
Oh, it's your boy, the hype.
It's the pizza dude. Hey. We're live on Twitch right now, and we're back again. We took a week off. Mike, you're feeling better?
I'm feeling better. Had that quick 48-hour bug, but I didn't want to bring it into the space, you know?
Yeah, you chilled in the Bacta tank?
I did, like a bantha.
You chilled in the Bacta tank? Or what other healing... Did you eat some sensu beans?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Did you have some lembas bread? Does that have healing properties from Lord of the Rings?
I don't know. I thought that stuff just made you, like, super full.
Yeah, it's just super full.
Okay, but did you have some?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. I think I had some toast in my account.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
all those.
While we're here, I wanted to share something with you guys. A friend of mine posted... Because we know it's hotter than Satan's nutsack outside. All right? But I want to share this beautiful piece of philosophical art, okay? All right?
Okay.
When it is this hot outside, it is hard to tell if you crapped yourself or just blew sweat off your butthole when you farted. That's how hot it is outside.
Yeah, that's the weather report.
Just a little bit of healthy
MadDawgMike
stuff for you.
So are you saying that before you got here, you may or may not have crapped yourself?
There was a swamp ass alert all day today. Right?
I smelled.
I had Shrek breaking down porta potty doors all day. It's just gross. All right, it's gross.
Yeah, we're here. We got the AC cranking right now. It's feeling pretty good in here. This is we're doing the podcast inside.
Thank God.
And maybe we should do an outdoor. We should sometime take it outdoors.
Oh, yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Right?
Outside
in
would
a
be
hot
great.
tub.
Not today.
There's the.
That's what it is.
Man.
That's what it is.
I wasn't thinking
hot
that,
tub
but.
stream.
You know what? We get this to like so many listens when we finally figure out how to get it on like Apple Podcasts.
If we hit 3 likes, you guys, Mike will shave his beard. I'll shave my head, and I'll put Mike's beard on my head, and then we'll put my hair on Mike's beard. Then we'll take it out. We'll get a hot tub. Pizza dude will be out there in a pizza onesie, mankini,
just straight up banana hammock with pepper.
Just banana hammock. If we let's go ahead and get. You know what the big dude. You can't ask for likes before the videos even.
We've already set the stage though. Like we're getting the hype rolling.
That's
all it is.
How about
with that inflatable Coleman?
If you like the video, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how we're gonna make this work. Well,
we'll do the hot tub thing for free.
Yeah, that just sounds like
that's just something we want to do.
We're doing it anyways, right?
We're doing it anyways.
It would be cool to set up gaming at the same time. What if that's probably already been done too, though? But
it's easy, man. It's easy.
We'll figure
that type of stuff is easy. But holy crap, guys!
Lots of games.
So many announcements like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I can't even remember all of them, and I know we got a little tidbit of some of them.
It's been crazy. I went to the lake this past weekend.
Got your chillage going.
And got some nice hang time with the family and got, some fresh air and really just enjoyed my time out there in nature a little bit, just hanging.
Touched grass, super important.
Right. It was nice, but I'm excited to be back. I spent some time yesterday on stream looking through a bunch of trailers because we had the Summer Games Fest, because E3 is gone forever or just gone this year?
I think they said they're just not doing it this year, but they may be bringing it back. Maybe next year. I think they're kind of giving it one more year to make sure everybody's like not sneezing on each other. And then
is that why?
I would assume that's why.
Okay, well... They can't.
E3's huge, man. Like, how many thousands of people show up?
I like
get
E3.
Invited to E3.
I like E3.
Isn't that like invitation only?
Well, it was for a while, and then they opened it up to anybody.
Like PAX,
at some point
like
in
a
time.
PAX
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. I hope they bring it back. I've always liked E3. But
I've never had the opportunity to go to an E3, but it's on my list.
yeah, hopefully
I
they bring it
definitely
back.
need to get out to one.
It's even if you don't go, sometimes going, it's just if you like that convention experience.
I feed off that energy, man.
It's sort of like the good thing about watching from home is just like you catch this, you can catch everything, whereas it's hard to get to and it's hard to get into every single thing when you're at an E3. I've only gone one time, and I was working at the Twitch booth where I was like one of the panel of hosts.
Yeah.
And so I didn't get to go do an experience E3 like anybody who was just going in there. But yeah, it felt like it would be tough to, it would be quite a different experience. And so, yeah, I do miss it. The good news is we have these other events that are just popping up. Jeff Keighley, right? Jeff Keighley,
the Video Game Awards guy?
He's the Video Game Awards guy. He's the guy.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
So he put on an event like right when I went out of town. I don't know if you saw any of it, but at least we've got events still happening. These online events.
It's super important. It's summertime. This is the time, man. This is the time.
Right.
Ain't nobody got nothing going on. School's out.
Dude, I like a good trailer too. You know, of course
I enjoy getting that hype going, man. You got to, especially with certain games like just to throw some names out there, like Overwatch. They be giving us little tidbits, but then they wait for these big events and they freaking hammer you with something sick.
Yeah, it is.
That's the primo
it's just it's
stuff
fun
right
to get
there.
excited about. We're looking forward to these games, and again, it's a little bit interesting to try and decipher, like, okay, how far along is that game? How much of an actual representation of the final product is that game? Do they put actual gameplay in it? So there's that side of it too.
But which do you think is better? The stuff we got now, today, like our E3s and our summer game, whatever the heck's and everything, or when you get your monthly issue of Nintendo Power and you crack that sucker open and all of a sudden, whoa, Super Mario 64 is coming out. Oh my God, look at all this new stuff. Which was better?
Probably, I would say getting the demo. Yeah, getting the demo disc back in the day was pretty hype. They're different enough. At that point in time, that's what we needed then.
Yeah.
At this point in time, this is what we got now. I mean,
I
back
almost
then,
missed that a little bit, Like
all we had was G4 and Adam Sessler and Morgan West, Tech TV, and
Attack of the Show.
Yeah, there was something pretty.
Something. God, I can't
something
remember
pretty X-Play.
X-Play, that's what it is.
Yeah,
then they had like that cheat code show where they showed you all like the.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, maybe it was like a segment in one of those shows, but like they showed you like, oh, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, you could unlock Wolverine if you typed in this code or did this thing.
Yeah, it was all like pre-internet. Stuff. Yeah, I like that. I like I like a good trailer. I like a good trailer.
It's almost as good as like when that first trailer drops for like Avengers or something like that, and you just all this stuff hits, and then you're just, oh my God, like it's already worn off. Like what's next? What do we got? How long do I gotta wait?
Yeah, that's when you know it's a good trailer. If it just gets you pretty hyped about it. If it gets you hyped about it. So I had a great time yesterday watching through a bunch of these trailers. We before going live actually watched the 15-minute Starfield gameplay reveal.
Mm-hmm. That's one gets you hyped. Got me hyped.
Which was interesting, I would say. That's how it was very interesting.
That's one word for it. Interesting, yes. In a positive way. All right, let's just preface this. Positives.
Yeah.
Lots of positives. I don't think we had a couple of quote negatives, but nothing like super.
Well, I think
like
that
you wouldn't buy the game kind of thing.
For a gameplay reveal, there were some interesting things there. Obviously, I'd heard people comparing it to No Man's Sky, and right away, both of us.
Yeah, we kind of.
Both of us were able to see that.
It with that.
I was ready to be like, no, it's not that. It's really not.
Close,
but yeah, it makes sense that people are comparing it to No Man's Sky, which is a compliment. But I wish.
Is it though? Because like No Man's Sky kind of has the stigma to it.
No, it doesn't. It's totally recovered and is like seen as a great game that has, transcended all of its criticisms because of the
people
work.
Like me that are still a little butthurt over the release of that game.
What? They completely
Dude,
rehauled the game and added.
Look,
have you played it recently?
Yeah, I played it recently. Like, yes, the game has
it's a different game,
leaped and bounded from what it was in the beginning. But I
it's the biggest recovery from, I would say, overall hugely negative press that I've ever seen.
I would agree with that. But me and Sean from Hello Games still
you still just are a little
we still need to have a talking to. Bro, I get it, you turned it around, you have done fantastic, but
I would say that I applaud them for continuing. Well, they could have just pieced out. I mean, they sold so many copies. They could have just said, "Okay, got you, suckers," and gone and disbanded. But they got down to work. They continued to update the game massively, and it's a completely different game. So I would say that, unfortunately, I don't think the first thing you want to be hearing if you're a dev of Starfield is people instantly comparing your game to No Man's Sky.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about that. And I think the difficult part it is being a dev of any game really is there's only so much you can do. And I think it's very difficult to maybe not have similar elements to games got let's Star Wars Squadrons, it's your typical flight fighter sim, but I bet a lot of people were sitting there, I mean maybe not, I also played Ace Combat, but we're like, oh man, it's kind of got an Ace Combat feel.
Of course, yeah,
sometimes it's difficult, and I think this falls into that category. The only issue,
yes,
or the only thing is it is Bethesda, and I know it is difficult, but I want to make sure that they have a nice even spread.
Sure.
Give me my space stuff, but if you're going to call this an epic RPG or whatever it falls, like Skyrim and Fallout fall under, don't overload just one side of it.
Yeah.
You got to have a nice even spread,
Well, from the trailer, it seemed like they were we were discussing before, again, we were kind of getting into the comparisons between that game and No Man's Sky, and specifically it just felt like the first thing when he gets off the ship is he scans something.
Yep.
And then he also goes over and he uses a little mining laser.
Yeah.
And I was like, I get that within a game where you are exploring a planet, there's going to be certain things that just make sense for that genre in the same way that in the same way that in a cyberpunk style game, there's going to be elements that are similar to a Grand Theft Auto. Cruising around the city in vehicles. Yeah. So it does make sense that there's going to be potential things that cross over there, but also, did they not run the trailer by somebody and ask them their feedback, because I feel like the first thing that we thought was, oh my god, like it's so much like No Man's Sky. Maybe don't lead with that gameplay first.
Maybe show a little bit of the story first instead, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's what we're looking forward to from a Bethesda game. Like,
sure.
Where's that
Or just like
Skyrim
make it look
story
different.
blend?
Make the scan look completely different, or the laser like dissect the terrain into little particles and just make the gun look very
Like, I think I
stylistic.
mentioned,
It was
like,
just like a double laser, and I was like, you know, give it a little pizzazz, like give it a little twist or something there.
I think I mentioned like a pickaxe or something.
I mean, that's completely changing it too, you know. So,
You know, futuristic
yeah.
pickaxe.
Then they went into the like combat section, which I was pretty unimpressed with that in terms of the enemy AI and just the overall gunplay wasn't very.
It wasn't
impressive.
super impressive, no. And you had mentioned like the guy never like ADS'd. He never went down his sights the whole time.
Yeah, a little bit later in the trailer, they did show like some different aliens, and I'm sure that, you know, again, it's there's still time. The game's not coming out till next year,
yeah.
and you know we're definitely picking it apart, I would say right now. But it's like, this is your big reveal. We're supposed to be kind of getting blown away here.
Give it some
And
chutzpah.
now with that said, I was very impressed with the lighting and the overall visuals. You know, it wasn't all negative. I feel like we jumped into
we had a lot of positives for it.
but yeah, the variety on the character creation looks great, and the you know, the ship customization looked awesome. The specifically like in space combat in terms of the ships like breaking apart when you shoot them, that looked pretty cool. So visually it could just be, you know, a really nice experience in terms of things looking good. Looks like we got the gameplay up here in the background. You sort of see how the laser is.
Yeah.
They're
And
like, we added another laser. It's 2 lasers.
Yeah, that's
You
how
know?
we changed our homework.
Dude, they could have even like made it a blue laser. So I don't know. In No Man's Sky, it was a red laser, right? I can't even remember.
I think it like changed.
Okay.
But like, and here's a little bit, you know,
Hang on, let me
the
back
combat. I mean, it's. I love the environment for this particular planet. I know what they said they had like. You said 1,000 planets.
Yeah,
or something like that?
they said 1,000 planets.
So, for this planet, this environment, it looks good. Like, I like this. It's an abandoned thing. It looks abandoned. And
watch this part though. The AI.
Oh, okay. So they did
instantly turned around, and then I don't know. You couldn't hear it, but the guy was like, "There you are."
Well, I mean, you're coming in loud and you just mag dumped on somebody. Like,
well, they were sneaking up until that point.
Yeah, it was not the greatest
And then he
demonstration
turns
of
the
like
corner,
AI.
and the AI just instantly turned around and said, "There you are."
Yeah, I
And
think
I'm like, how does he know who I am?
again, for like a gameplay reveal, I would be so particular about the details in my gameplay, my big gameplay reveal, and so I don't know. It just was, there were some interesting decisions that they made
lock picking
in terms of
that was like that
what
was
to
like
demonstrate.
complicated lock picking.
I feel like that could, if you do that 10 times, I'm gonna be like, okay,
Yeah,
Well, it was
that's-
just lining up the holes.
yeah. This is a little cool little moment here.
Yeah, I like this a little bit.
That guy's
Shoot
just
that guy
running.
in
The
the back.
AI, the AI just
woo!
ran out.
Shoot his jetpack or whatever, and then you go full Mando right here.
So yeah,
Yeah. At my point, that AI ran out like you just disappeared and you weren't there anymore.
yeah.
Oh, hi,
It's-
Todd.
There's Todd. So I don't know. It's an interesting one. What do you guys think of the facial animations?
It's
Lifeless,
And
It's a little stiff.
derpy.
It's a little stiff.
Well, I
for
think
me.
there's the one character that we noticed that looks really, really good, and then some of the other ones, it just looks a little inconsistent. So we're like,
Yeah.
again, if this game has until late 2023, I'm going to be a little more optimistic about them being able to continue to
polish.
polish and add to
Cross-eyed.
this game. But it really depends on. I mean, if it's a early 2023, then this game, it's got me a bit worried. It's sort of, for whatever reason, is just giving me cyberpunk vibes in terms of, expectation, hype, them kind of moving into a new realm again. Going from Witcher to cyberpunk is a pretty big shift, and these guys going from Elder Scrolls or Fallout to like a big sci-fi multi-planet style game is kind of a shift in tone, and so I do like a nice new IP though. I do like
I like a little
companies
switch.
trying to go for it. It's just, I don't know. I'm seeing a little bit of some red flags here in terms of that's the
guy
facial
that was
animation.
super expressive. But
yeah,
another thing I didn't mention before. So, you know that Fallout had an offshoot game, Fallout Vegas, that was made by Obsidian.
correct.
And then Obsidian made another game, and I keep getting it confused with another one.
I get it confused every
I think
time.
It's Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds.
It's the one that they did, because I keep getting it confused with Outer Wilds.
Yeah,
Same.
They, in my opinion, I thought Outer Worlds,
it was a good game.
shifting from Fallout New Vegas to Outer Worlds, they did an amazing job.
You played it? You guys played it?
And I really enjoyed
it.
that one.
I really enjoyed it.
That was basically Fallout Space.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And it worked.
I have,
it was cool.
I have
Did they
some-
do the spaceship stuff in that game?
They didn't.
No.
No. This was like
Okay.
You could fly from planet to planet,
Yeah,
but it
like
was
you
like
hyperdrive.
menu style.
but you never actually got to fly the ship.
Okay.
Um,
This is closer to like a No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, Fallout hybrid.
Yeah.
Could we say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Which I like the idea behind it. We'll just see. It'll be interesting to see how they execute on it. You know?
Yeah, and all these UIs, like I definitely like the choices that they offer.
Yeah, I like that.
Kind of
Different classes, different perks. What is that? Different trade. They're calling it traits.
yeah. That could be interesting, because you saw, like, if you picked introvert, it X'd out extrovert. Like, what's the different
Perk trait combination.
yeah, like what's the positives versus the negatives of the introvert extrovert thing.
Yeah,
I like this
that.
rank up system right here. I like how that looks.
Yeah,
The crafting looked really cool.
There's some cool stuff. There's some cool stuff here. I think that there you go. There's some different looking enemies, some creatures, some crazy creatures. So yeah, this is the outpost thing that you said is a lot like No Man's Sky, right?
Very, very,
There's
very
the No Man's Sky
reminiscent
building.
of No Man's Sky's building.
Which is like, okay, again, how many games do things that are in other games?
But why?
A lot, right? I mean, if you look at...
But if you're gonna do if you're gonna have an outpost build, why make it similar to that and not do one like Subnautica?
Subnautica
had beautiful base building. I mean,
I
it was a
enjoyed
little bit of a pain in the butt
I liked it.
sometimes, but
It was pretty fun. But then again, it's just like, well, you're just doing it like another game still. You
like
know what
they
I'm saying?
took the Fallout 4 building system that they had, like your base building bit, but the little bits that you can see on this, like you did. Why you need a beacon to show how far you can build out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like give me a space, like y'all just.
Well, it's almost just like that does make sense, having a beacon and having the space inside that area of the beacon be your building space.
Yeah.
But it's like the second you say that again, that's exactly what they do in No Man's Sky. That makes me think like, well, then maybe shift it a little bit. You know, just do that, but just change it a little bit.
Just tiny
Just
bit.
change it. Now this part was.
This is what I'm excited for.
This was kind of cool.
Here.
The space stuff was pretty cool. Again, visually looking great. I think that I mentioned to you that I wish the combat in terms of the weapon types was a little bit more dynamic. It looks like there's lasers and missiles. Now again, they might just be building on this big time. I love the look of the ship breaking apart. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I like switching between first person and third person.
I gotta have that moment where I fly through the debris.
Oh
After
yeah,
kick-ass kill.
so cool. Again, really visually loving what I'm seeing here. So, yeah, we were talking about maybe just your shields like lighting up when you're taking fire, or again maybe different lasers. It's just like pew 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 pew. Maybe like a sustained laser that like locks on, or like firing multiple weapons, or like torpedoes that come out and split into like a bunch of mini missiles, or what if you could grab onto comet or something like that and like throw that at the enemy, or something. I don't know,
like
just
a grav beam.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of just like other things, or like what if you had like basically like a Zarya grav that would like like hold them still a little, like a tractor beam style weapon or something. So I see that and I'm like,
Star lasers.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that looks cool, but let's like build it out from there. And so I'm a little worried that because they have to do the base building and each planet and the ships
and the weapon,
it's almost like they're spreading themselves too thin in terms of being able to go more in depth on some of these different gameplay mechanics that they have in the game. So, yeah, I think that we'll see. We will see.
I would say on 1 to 5 scale, I'm about a solid 4 as far as excitement goes.
Okay.
For this game, I'm not trying to get my hopes up too high, but I don't know, man. My instincts are telling me I might be all right day one on this one.
Yeah,
I might be okay.
I'm neutral for now. I think that this had some cool stuff, but there was some stuff that again just reminds me of of Cyberpunk a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of keep the expectations in check a little bit. But hey, there it is, Todd.
It is on Game Pass.
It is on Game Pass. They're really
consoles, PC,
really
and
pushing
cloud.
that Game Pass, So
Game Pass Cloud, that's really nice.
That's pretty nice. All right, cool. What did we have next in terms of? We got a lot of games to talk about because there's been so much stuff going on.
We have the Resident Evil 8 Gold Edition.
Yes.
I was
super excited to hear about these.
Evil.
Real quick, out of the way, they're putting 7, 2, and 3 remake on current gen consoles. So PS5, we're getting all updated graphics, but
60 FPS and updated graphics of Resident Evil 2,
3, and 7.
Yes. Nice.
And then they didn't forget about 8. We're getting a DLC where, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't played it, but it's been long enough, so sorry about you.
Yeah, you're fine.
The post-credit scene, you get to meet Ethan's daughter when she's all grown up at the end of 8. And they're continuing on with the DLC story.
I think that's kind of cool.
It looks sick. You get to go back to House Dimitrescu, where you fight Mommy and her daughters.
I thought I saw somewhere that you'll actually be able to play as her, too.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Mercenaries Mode. That's further in the video. They added Chris Redfield and Lady Dimitrescu as playable characters for Mercenaries now.
Yeah.
Oh, and Heisenberg. you can play as Heisenberg now, too.
Breaking Bad.
Mercenaries is the wave.
Yeah, the
after
wave base. Get
wave.
as many points as you can.
I think I tried that one time after beating the game.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And if you like...
Nice.
I ended up beating all of them with the highest score, and I got the lightsaber for the game.
Dude, an actual... Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like, you could change the colors of the lightsabers. Like, here's Mercenaries. You get Chris with his little laser designator. Heisenberg.
Carl Heisenberg.
And then...
I'll see.
Like, yeah, I love how they got the height for her on that, too.
You know, it would instantly be a huge hit is if you know how in games you can look down and you can like see your character's legs.
You
If
and
with
I are
her-
on the same page here. And then this, I'm super excited about. Third person, I can play through the game. Like
Dude,
4, 2, 3, all the more recent Resident Evil games.
that's pretty cool that they
Bringing
just
it back to
officially
be able to see Ethan, and I'm super excited to be able to play through again with that. I don't know how much is going to change, but I think it's an interesting dynamic.
Hey, I like it.
And
I
it's
like
free. They
Dude, it's free?
Throwing, the Mercenaries in the third person mode will be free updates for people who have it existing, and then the
Okay.
Shadows of Rose will be a paid DLC.
that's the story DLC.
But the gold edition, you get all of it.
That's for first timers.
Yeah, that's the first time.
Man.
But I'm excited
I love
because
it.
I do.
Yeah.
I missed the third person Resident Evil gameplay, the over the shoulder.
Of course.
I did love the third person or the first person. I thought that was an interesting and very exciting, riveting way
Yeah.
to see the world of Resident Evil, because like the tank camera for back in the day, that was great. A lot of it super spoopy. Resident
Yeah.
Evil 4 comes around, you get the over the shoulder camera, adds a little bit more to the terror as far as jump scares and stuff. First person, especially like if you played 7 in VR, added a whole nother dimension
First
to the
person's
jump
definitely
scares,
freaky.
that stuff being up in your face, especially with 7, like 8, so much worse. Because if you're not paying attention and you're walking through that village in one of those lichens,
Yeah.
boom, right there in your face.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
And
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed, but I'm also super excited to be able to play it through as
Just kind of
the
classic
third
style.
person. Yeah, you know.
I like that they just decided to throw that in there. Nice little cool. Again, once you said free, I was like, all right. I like when these devs add in some nice free content.
Yeah.
Get you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back, get some replayability on it. So
And it doesn't feel like a cash grab almost. You know, because Resident Evil 8 kind of went quiet there for a while. Like, I know they've, you know, they're fixing bugs and everything, but
yeah,
we haven't heard anything really new about it until recently.
good point. Maybe they were just working towards this. So
Yeah. And I appreciate that. That's good looking out, Capcom. It's good looking
yeah,
out.
nice. Thanks, Capcom. Thanks. So that's the Resident Evil news. Pretty cool. And then we have Last of Us,
Yep, Last
Part
of Us Part
1,
1. How do we feel about that?
which
Bruh.
let's cover it first off. Okay. Let's go through. So first, the game came out on PlayStation 3. Did you guys play that version?
Yep.
Yep.
Got it day one.
Then the game came out on PlayStation
4.
4.
Yeah, it was a remastered, I think they called it. They came with
Yeah.
the DLC, the prequel to the first game where you played as Ellie and her friend and you see her get bit and all this other stuff.
Weren't there 3? Aren't there 3 versions out already?
I think this would technically be the third, because
Okay.
when you got PS5, you could play it on there. You could play the PS4 version
Right.
on there.
But this is an official
Yeah.
enhancement. What are they
And-
calling it? Are they calling it a upgrade? If you go up in the, what are they describing it as in terms a completely rebuilt using the PlayStation 5 engine technology, a remake, a faithful remake, an all new experience.
Like, if you look at a side by side, I saw in one of the articles a side by side with
Yeah. I
the
saw
original
that.
versions and then this one. They are drastically different, but this boils my blood. I'm not
There you
happy
go,
with
look.
it. Yeah, like, see, there you go. PS4, PS5. There is a difference, and Ellie looks like
okay.
Ellie in Part 2.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's like cutscene upgrades, cutscene upgrades, overall visual aesthetic. I think I saw something there about haptics on the PlayStation 5,
Yeah,
which
haptics.
I think the haptics are absolutely incredible. Haptic feedback.
3D
I'm
audio.
a huge fan of the haptic feedback. Enhanced visuals, adaptive triggers, fast loading, 3D auto. I think the combat is going to be majorly upgraded, and I think that is going to be a big step up. I liked Last of Us's original combat, but I really found that it was incredibly strong and dynamic in Last of Us Part 2. And so all of this sounds actually good to me, except for that price tag right there. That's where it's ridiculous.
That price.
That's where it's absolutely ridiculous. It's silly.
Look, you can fix things, tweak things.
Ridiculous,
that's fine. But
actually,
that right there, and then for $80, the digital deluxe edition, you get some guns early. But that takes away the whole premise of the game. You get some upgrades early. Like, this is a survival horror game. You're not, like, that's just gonna.
I don't know. We don't early unlock. Does that mean instant unlock, or I guess so? Instant unlock.
Yeah, I would imagine like you get it once you hit a certain point in the story,
right?
But
for people who have never played Last of Us, great. But I think that if you have played the game or if you already own the game, for $70, it's ridiculous.
This should easily be I would be more comfortable because I still want to support Naughty Dog. They have put out some amazing work, and I love The Last of Us is on a level of its own for me as far as how much I enjoyed it, and
it's a top 10 all time for me.
Easily.
Yeah.
This, I would be more comfortable with like a $30, $40 price point.
Yeah, I think 30 would be a good sweet spot.
Updated graphics, and my triggers are gonna feel more like triggers.
Nah, that is actually a really cool feature though.
Yeah, but that would.
Do you have PlayStation 5?
Yes, and I love the adaptive triggers. But if all you're
and the haptic feedback,
yes, and the haptic feedback, I'm gonna feel the rain, everyone.
Dude, it's so cool.
But I did it. This whole thing is stupid to me.
I like the idea of games continuously getting updated, but the price tag has to fit, and that just doesn't work. That just doesn't fit.
Like
it's too much.
A $70,
or if you already own the game, it should be majorly discounted for you because you've already bought and supported that. You're paying for an upgrade of a game that you already own. It should just be, the price should be reflective of that upgrade. So I like the idea of devs continuing to enhance the experience, but you can't charge $70 for these enhancements. It's not enough.
Like, scroll down a little bit there, Pizza Dude. You got this Firefly edition that's already sold out. That with the book and a steel book and all this other stuff. Okay, maybe that's $70.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But just for the game itself. No extra nothing, no special nada.
We didn't even talk about this. It should include the multiplayer.
Yes.
Which yesterday we were talking about this and somebody came in and said, I think it was Peeve. I think Peeve came in, or maybe it was, I can't remember, Blurbs or Peeve, or somebody in the chat said that the multiplayer is going to be its own standalone thing separate from this. I thought that this was originally going to include the multiplayer, which I never played, but always looked really fun and cool and dynamic and interesting. And
I enjoyed it.
So the fact that it doesn't even include that makes this even more ridiculous.
No.
I mean, maybe if they like added in multiplayer or added in like a, dare I say it, a battle royale. Yeah, I said it. Okay, a Last of Us battle royale. It could be sick. Dude, think of the looting and the teamwork and people getting down and people getting finished. It'd be perfect. So for $70, if they like, plus that hasn't been done yet before. So if they bring the multiplayer back and then add a whole new game mode, dude.
What
And then
if-
also
yeah.
mechs. Yeah, I
Mechs.
said it. Mechs.
Mechs.
Okay,
Hovercraft.
battle mechs. Hovercrafts, for sure.
AC-130.
Laser weapons.
Exactly. 25 kill streaks.
Kill streaks.
Lasers. Kill streaks. AC-130. Yeah.
How about this? You know what? I'll meet you in the middle, and I will trade you battle royales for, like, I don't know, crap. You remember Evolve?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that with all the different types of clickers.
Oh, hold
they have
on,
in this
dude.
game.
Whoa. Okay. See,
And
that's
it's like one dude versus like
sure.
5 other people. Your goal is to kill them all, or all of you are supposed to kill the clicker or whatever. Or like Evil Dead.
Like
or Friday the 13th. One of those things.
Or like maybe even like a Left 4 Dead style game.
Or something like that.
Sure. Okay. Anything I would accept that. Some sort of bring the multiplayer back. Classic. One team versus another team deathmatch, but then add in something else that's unique, and then I'm okay with the $70 price tag.
For me,
Sold? Agree?
Yeah. If
Okay.
they needed to add so much, but this right here, in my opinion, almost is like a toe over into a betrayal for me with this game.
Yeah, that's too much. Maybe they aren't. Here's the thing. I don't know. They're targeting people who haven't played the game yet, but it's just like bullshit for everybody who has played the game.
But how could you, like, you already have PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
This game is free right now if you have PlayStation Plus.
Maybe-
The original version is free.
Oh, yeah. Maybe this will be on the Sony PlayStation Pass.
It already is, though.
No, like the part 1 enhanced version.
this enhanced one?
Yeah, maybe.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna want to make money.
They're going to
off
want...
of it.
This is a cash grab, 100%. Because they know people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
Like, there are fans, as
Yeah.
diehard as I am, who are going to buy it. This is the one time where I'm putting my foot down. I did it with Skyrim. I had to put a stop to it at one point. This is 10 times worse than Skyrim ever did, re-releasing on newer consoles.
Yeah.
This makes me angry.
I'm angry.
I am muy
mad.
angry.
Yeah. We don't like it.
This is not gamer move.
Naughty Dog.
Not a good look, Naughty Dog.
Come on.
Seriously, stick to your Amazon show right now, because
Come on.
this is embarrassing for me.
All right, what do we got next, Pizza Dude?
It looks like we have Sea of Thieves next.
Oh,
Sea of Thieves. Let's take it over
Okay.
to Mike here. Mike's our Sea of
okay.
Thieves guy.
All right, I can be happy again. All right, look, this game has been out for years. All right. We
Yeah.
saved Golden Sands. Let me start that off.
Uh-huh.
Suck it, Bones. All right?
No
All
idea
you
what that
Reapers
means,
out
but
there.
okay, yeah.
All right? You done lost. Okay? Go back to your little hole and cry about it.
Okay.
Hashtag save Golden Sands. All right. So we're done with that. And Rare comes out with
Mm-hmm.
what I have been asking for years. To start off, you're now going to be able to be officially a captain. All right? That is a role you can be now. All right?
Okay.
It's not just I'm the captain, guys. Everybody listen to me.
Somebody
No,
just
it's
said-
going to be an official role now.
What does that mean, and what does that mean for the gameplay experience? Do you know?
So, yes.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Let me regale you with the
Yeah,
tale.
regale me.
All
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, now you're going to have loadouts. Because when you start up the game, you'd have to go to a little treasure chest to, like, quickly put on all your cosmetics on your ship. Now, you can save them.
That's
So
nice.
you just click a button, boom, there's your ship. All right? I
Little-
love that. Great
little quality of life.
Great little quality of life thing. With the captains, you have exclusive adventures now that you can do. Exclusive captain adventures. Just like being a pirate legend, you have what is called Athena voyages. Now you're just going to have like captains ones that only you can grab.
Exclusive.
You can now customize your captain's cabin. You can add little doohickeys and whatnots and tchotchkes and the whatevers.
Some
But
collectibles.
yes, but with those captain's voyages, they're adding achievements to give you collectibles to customize your captain's cabin.
Okay.
Right? And here is the creme de la creme that I have been asking and praying to the rare gods to have. We can officially cover up that ugly blank
fish
thing on top of the captain's cabin or where have you on any of the ships. We can name our ships now, everybody. The SS Doggy Style, as long as it doesn't get caught by the profanity filter.
Do we have a clap?
Will live. Thank you. Rare, you do not know how happy I am that the SS Doggy Style will finally be an official thing.
Yeah, now you
things.
can fly your, the flag or the banner high, and people can see.
I think it's that you could create, you get your own crew emblems now.
Oh, okay.
That's like a little thing, and these can sound like little tiny silly superficial things, but for me, those little quality of life improvements and being able to name my ship, and all this other stuff. It makes me feel like more of a pirate.
So you're happy pirate.
I'm happy with it. Like Pizza Dude, we got a video, right?
He's a happy pirate. Yay!
Do we got a video?
Yeah, we got the trailer.
We can pull up here. We ain't gotta watch the whole thing because it's mostly just some dudes singing about all the changes. By the way, whoever designed this was a genius.
Yeah, this is a kind of a fun way to
I love
introduce
how they
the
announce their stuff. It's always a nice, a bunch of features. They show you on a little list, and I'm sure
a lot of personality.
Yes.
Right?
Like here you go, ship loadouts, custom. Look at it.
There you go.
Ah!
There you go.
That makes me feel things.
As long as there's no profanity, you can name it just how you
And we get to cover that ugly Booty McBooty face. If I can't have SS Doggy Style, I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, it's not no profanity. It's not really. Is it?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
That's why we really think that you should play this game. And it's available with Xbox Game
This is a free update.
Yes, free update as always.
Adventure will come knocking on your door.
Backup could be the SS K9 style. Yo, thank you. I would have never thought of that.
In the chat.
The choice is yours, whatever captain you.
And so, yes, this selling loot faster thing, huge quality of life thing. 30 million players have played this game. My God,
That's a lot of people. So.
Were all those ships in the background, that's what they're going to look like after the update? Or can they already kind of look like
no,
that?
they could already look like that.
Okay, alright. I'm going to play like the best version of this game by waiting this long.
Dude,
You know?
I'm telling you, the day that you tell me you have this downloaded, I will clear my weekend.
Alright.
I will clear it. Those... all right, real
Nice.
quick for the Twitch people, just because of this question. I do solo sometimes. This game is 100%.
The question is it worth to play if
Yeah.
you're going to be primary soloing, or should you be sailing with the crew is the question. Mike?
Soloing is fun. It is challenging. I'm going to warn you now because it's a pirate game. You need to be prepared for people to come and mess with you while you're out doing stuff. And sometimes that can be frustrating, especially if you've been playing for a few hours and you've really got the loot on your ship and then a griefer comes by. It sucks, but it's part of the gameplay. Playing with a crew is definitely, it enhances the fun.
Yeah.
You
You don't get any sort of buff by playing alone. You're basically just outnumbered.
have more guns on your ship because each ship you have the sloop, which is a 1 to 2 person crew, a brig, which is 2 to 3, and then a galleon, which is 3 to 4. And you get more guns, and your ship's bigger. It's harder to sink.
Okay, so they try to balance it a little bit for you if you're by yourself, and you're not just a sitting duck.
Right now, playing solo a lot of people there. I'm not gonna say like there won't be griefers, because there will be, but
Well, is every single person who attacks you a griefer, or are there people who just legitimately like? At what point? Well, this could go down a whole different conversation,
Yeah.
honestly, if we go there.
there is
Because different people would say that like nobody should be stealing my stuff. Then there's people who are like, if you just steal it and just I don't know, drop it and everybody loses it, would that be considered just griefing? Just like people consistently killing you over and over?
There are people, because
Yeah.
there's that faction that you could play under that really helps you like
Yeah.
get more gold and stuff like that, and helps level you up.
That's like a big part of the gaming experience, though,
That's
is
like
the
a
PvP
mainly
stuff,
PvP
right?
thing, yeah.
Okay.
But on the other hand, it's like any other, PvE type game. There's gonna be people that come and
Yeah.
like if you play Rust or Ark or
Sure.
Conan, there's gonna be people that come and raid you and take your shit.
You just
It's a
gotta,
thing.
yeah.
People are just buttholes.
You're signing
It
up for
happens.
it.
It's in the terms and conditions. All right,
Uh-huh.
you need to be ready for it. But it is fun to play solo. There's tons of story stuff to play solo.
Yeah.
It is a little bit more fun if you play with friends. But again, when you get this game, it is about making your own adventure. If you are on the fence
Yeah.
and you have Game Pass, play it on Game Pass first.
Test
if you
it out.
enjoy it, then buy the game, because these devs definitely deserve the support. Boom. See you, Thieves.
You like
That's
it.
my thing. I love it. I will
Nice.
love it for as long as they keep putting out good stuff.
Nice. Free update. Free updates. We love free
Updates
updates.
are always free, and I
Cool.
love it.
Well, we
Always
got
free.
Diablo 4. Let's talk about that.
Yep, Diablo 4 is next.
Diablo 4, I mean, really, I'm excited. What can I say?
I am also
The
excited.
trailer looked awesome. We're going to be showing that in the background here. But I've only played Diablo Resurrected, so I'm newer to the series.
Oh, so you play Diablo 2, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I didn't play it all the way through. I maybe played it like 3 or 4 days worth of streaming, and moved on because I felt like I was too slow at managing the loot.
I would suggest
So that was more of like I think this is fun, but I don't know if this is the best like streaming experience and so I am very excited, but I also hope the same thing doesn't happen again, where I just am not well versed enough at the actual looting and organization of like what's good and what's not good.
Yeah, it definitely it takes some practice. If you plan on playing 4,
Yeah.
you don't have to, but I would suggest play Diablo 3, because that is going to translate better than Diablo 2 will.
Sure. So maybe
Gameplay wise.
I could learn a little bit by
And
playing some Diablo 3.
the
It's a
looting-
genre that I'm not
Yeah.
that well versed in. I feel like you give me a first person shooter, you give me a platformer, you give me a RPG, like I can pick it up and like know for the most part what to do and how to play. But for a game like this, specifically the menus, I felt like I wasn't
The menus
comfortable
in D3
enough. Yeah.
are so much better than in 2. 2 was a little clunky, but still worked, in my opinion. D3 played a lot more friendlier for people that are just getting into.
Sure, they kind of evolved it a little bit there.
Yeah, because
Okay.
D1 and D2 were PC only for a while. Blizzard, that was their thing. And then it wasn't until like PS3 that they were like, oh, Diablo 3's out, let's throw it on consoles and see how it works. And it worked.
Right.
Like, it was super easy to play for new people, because I played with people couch co-op.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. Granted,
Cool.
D3, and I would assume D4 is going to be, you play through the story real fast, and the real meat and potatoes is the end game, when you're playing through the greater rifts and you're getting into those higher levels and the more difficult dungeon runs.
Yeah, you're leveled up, you're looted out like crazy,
I
you got crazy abilities.
Yeah. I put a lot of time into the greater rifts in D3.
Yeah.
And it's still a lot of fun. And, you play new characters. You have so many classes. I know with Diablo 4, they have the Druid.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. I'm kind of excited to play that. I may start as a barbarian like I usually do.
Dude, this game, it looks clean. Doesn't it look so, all the variety on the animations and all the different abilities, it just looks so cool.
And you get a party together. Like if you and I partied up,
yeah,
and let's say like you start with a necromancer and I start a barbarian,
yeah,
they always seem to mesh in some fashion.
Love that.
So like you could be resin skellies and causing body explosions, the blood wave I keep seeing on here. Do that from a distance while I'm tanking everyone and just keeping them on me.
Yeah, the
like a
synergy
barbarian
between
does.
characters is just so fun. Just makes these games so fun. And I look forward to it, even though I'm still newer type of player to action RPGs. As long as they don't do anything weird with like microtransactions.
Yeah, that's going to be a big thing for me.
It depends on how much of that affects the. I don't know. I'm very interested after hearing what I've heard about Diablo Immortal.
Yeah.
What this game will look like on that front, but only time will tell on that. Right now, we just have no idea.
I mean, we still got another year.
Yeah,
maybe.
2023. So the fact that also compared to Starfield, obviously the scope of this game is not as large as Starfield, but that was looking fantastic. Like that looks really, really like the game's ready to go from that trailer, at least from my point of view. And so the fact that it's still not coming out till 2023, that is pretty cool. That's good. Yeah.
That is a safe move because Blizzard's already kind of in a hole. Let's be honest. I mean, with Immortal and a lot of the stuff that's going on with there, I've been playing that. Been having some fun. There's a little bit of issues with like the loot stuff I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, you and most of the internet.
Yeah. And just other things in general going on with Blizzard, even outside of games. Like their internal stuff that's been going on that people are really holding a grudge on them about. Understandably so.
Yeah, they've been under fire for some time now,
and
on a lot of different fronts.
That does reflect, unfortunately.
I feel like Diablo Immortal, that was like the worst time. I don't know. They could have, and instead of people talking about, it just was so money focused. Like
I think, like we had talked about previously with certain games, like they come out with something totally different just to see how people feel about it. And I think maybe Diablo Immortal is that beta test to see how people are going to handle, okay, you can't progress until you hit this level. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I get it, but like, no, just let me go. Let me play the game.
Yeah, it's centered around people who get impatient and then end up just paying money. It's
or people that just have the time to grind it. I mean, it's a mobile game. I play Diablo Immortal before I go to bed. I'm sitting there, I'm chilling, I'm relaxing before I go to sleep. Do a couple greater riffs. All right, I'm done. And
you're having fun.
People, I'm having fun doing that.
There you go.
But I'm also not spending money, and
it's fine.
I got other people that are like, "Oh, Paragon 23 already, and the game's been out for 2 weeks." How?
Right. I don't know what that means, but
it's like stupid. It's like
prestiging.
Yeah,
Call
the
of Duty.
prestige. That's what I was thinking of. It's the equivalent to prestiging.
Yeah, I'm just overall not a big mobile gamer guy, just generally. So that's my perspective coming into this, and I haven't played the game myself, so I'm also just hearing what people are saying in the chat and reading things online. And of course, you always got to think that the most vocal people are going to be the people criticizing things. And then there's, of course, going to be a large number of people who are just out there enjoying the game and not talking about their enjoyment of the game. But it seems like the core goal of this game is to get people as addicted as possible and extract as much money as possible. And it's ridiculous when you hear things like somebody paying $10,000 and not what Pizza Dude, they didn't get any drops.
Yeah, he didn't get anything.
Like, what the hell is that?
0 things.
You know? So, personally, I just don't want to support a game when there's so many other games and so many other companies who aren't going this route. And I think it is really, a lot of it has to do with just the mobile gaming scene. And I also was hearing that this game will probably do well overseas. And so
it just makes me want to go back and play D3. That's all it does. Like, I get upset with this. I'm like, I'm holding my phone. I could be holding a controller instead. Whoop. Here we go.
Yeah, we'll just, everybody maybe, when Diablo 4 comes out, if Diablo 4 is great, then people will just forget about this.
Like,
you know?
It'll go the same way as Elder Scrolls Blades.
Maybe not forget about it, but be like, all right, there's the actual game. It's also like, you just don't have to play a game if you don't like it. So that it's as simple as that too. So I don't like the tone and the idea behind Diablo Immortal and them releasing that. But people could just not play the game. There's like lots of other games and companies that you could support.
There's definitely a lot more. Like, I know I've never played it, but I think the closest thing to Diablo out there is Path of Exile, and I hear good and bad things about that, but not so much for like microtransactions or the company like taking advantage of their fans or stuff like that. And I feel like that's kind of what Blizzard did with Immortals. They're taking advantage of the fans.
Yeah.
It has Diablo.
Well, this is the game. This is you guys have phones though, right? You guys have phones. Like that sort of tone there to already like people negatively responding to this game before there was even any talk of any of the microtransaction stuff. It just like it was not with the fans in mind at all. And it just seems like Blizzard for some time now, I don't know if it's the people at the top. Yeah, I feel bad for, the good devs who are trying to do their best to, create fun experiences for gamers and are gamers themselves, but it's these rich assholes at the top. And that permeates down in the culture within the entire company. So, there's just a lot of not a good look there with this one. But Diablo 4, hopefully it's really fun. Hopefully it's really cool. I'm excited from that trailer. That looks good. Let's also segue right into some more Blizzard talk because Overwatch 2, I feel like we got some good news.
Oh, we got some good news.
We got some actually like really good news, I would say, in terms of some like
new hero. I love it. I love this new hero, dude.
The gamer. This is a pro gamer announcement because we not only got a release date, October 4th, right? And I think I saw today that there's an open beta that you can sign up for, I think in 2 days. And then that goes live at the end of June. Yeah, the next beta, it's an open beta that you have to sign up for, aka a fucking closed beta, I guess. Right. PC and console, Junker Queen, and new map. Signups and more coming June 16th. That's from the official Overwatch Twitter. Also, Diablo 4 beta signups are out as well. Thank you, Nerd Dad, in the chat. Everybody in the chat, glad to have you hanging with us.
Junker Queen, that trailer for her just like checked all my boxes.
Let's watch that. Is there a specific Junker Queen trailer?
Yeah, there is
Or does it just show some of her? Does it show some gameplay?
I
thought it just like showed
gameplay, but I think it was a cinematic thing more than anything else. It's almost, I would describe, like, you're familiar with Overwatch. Right?
Oh yeah.
So
love
it's I'd almost kind of slam Ashe and maybe Reinhardt's hammer together. Like, this is going to be a tank character.
Junker Queen trailer. Yeah, here we go. I haven't seen this.
I just love this character.
Has ever made it to the reckoning before?
What role is she?
Tank.
Ooh.
I believe that's what
Kind
they
of
said.
reminds me of
Here
Warthog.
I am. A free-for-all with zero rules.
Whoa.
There's Joker
And the
King.
survivor gets the throne.
Welcome back, Junker Jack.
King Howell has never lost. Not in 13 years of rule.
On the battle.
I've always loved the cinematic stuff from Overwatch.
They
Not
do such a
until
great job of these things.
today.
The reckoning begins.
Yeah. It's like Pixar quality,
Oh, yeah, easily.
right?
Did you really think this would be a fair fight?
So, October 4th, free
Free to play. I think that a lot of the criticism, and understandably so, is that they're calling it Overwatch 2, and then they were charging,
new game
whatever
price.
they were going to
Yeah.
whatever they were going to charge for it. And so free to play, I think, how can you be critical of that? Here's how you can be critical of it. I'll answer that, is if the microtransactions are bullshit
Right.
in the actual game. So time will tell on that, but we'll see what and how they monetize the game.
I think this was a smart move on their part. Very,
Very smart move. Yeah, I mean,
Because
people were saying
this
yeah.
isn't really a sequel. They're just adding
No.
a few maps. They added a game mode. They added some heroes.
dude, they needed to add 10 more heroes. They needed to add 10 more maps.
They needed
need
a
to go
story.
massive.
They needed a whole new.
Well, they were doing the PvE, which that's like
Yeah.
still to be there. More needs to be seen from that, and I'm excited for that. But a lot of the core audience and people who are enjoying this game from the beginning, it was a PvP game. Now, with that said, if you already owned Overwatch, this would have been a free update anyways for the multiplayer. So it's really like you are only going to get charged for the PvE if you already owned Overwatch. So I think, I don't know, that to me negates a lot of the criticism that people had anyways in the first place. So
No, this is definitely a smart move.
they're going 5v5, which I personally don't like, but I understand them trying again to make this game seem different and fresh, because it is, even with 5v5, still pretty
It's still
similar.
Solid. It's still solid.
I had fun with the beta, or the alpha. Was it an alpha? I had fun playing that game, but I also really enjoy playing Overwatch. But it's like, I don't know, it's very, very similar. But a lot of these titles and a lot of these games are, if you think about your Call of Duties or your fighting games, pretty similar. And so I guess I don't understand all the, I would say, excessive hate around the game seeming similar, besides the fact that they just called it Overwatch 2 and don't have enough new heroes and enough new maps.
I don't think there was enough change for it to be a sequel.
Yeah, the sequel seems added on to increase sales, which is in line with, Blizzard, again, focusing on money first. So I'm still excited to play the game, even though they got rid of my role. I liked off tank, and so with that said, it will be fun to see these changes in the tank role specifically. With that said, I didn't even get to play tank because the queues were totally fucked during the alpha. So I played DPS a couple times and like support mostly, which support they didn't do nearly enough to change around the support roles. So yeah, I'm optimistic. I think I'm still gonna have a good time. I love Team Fortress Classic back in the day and just played the shit out of that game. And it's a game that I still go back to probably like, a couple times a year off stream. But free to play, we'll see if there's
a lot of smart moves
monetize it.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a good way to just kind of silence a lot of the criticism, I think. But again, there just needed to be more. If you have a sequel, at least 10 maps. At least they made the day maps nighttime maps, or the nighttime maps daytime maps. The new game mode is pretty fun, where you have to push it back and forth.
And I think probably the two main things that I think was their smartest move was to let everybody bring their stuff from Overwatch 1 into this, and then making it free to play.
100%. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm optimistic, and I understand some of the criticism, but I also am just excited to be playing Overwatch again.
I'm just gonna be that sweaty Bastion main still.
Bastion got some big changes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, Bastion got some decent changes.
Excited.
Next, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Shredder's Revenge, which comes out in 2 days. This was just like This was just a surprise announcement where they just dropped not only a new character, Casey Jones, which I remember when I first watched the first trailer, I was like, I hope they have more characters, and I was thinking of Casey Jones. It's cool they added Splinter in April.
Yeah.
But Casey Jones, he just got the weapons, he's got the arsenal, he's got the look.
I mean,
he just is a great character. I just love Casey Jones. So
yeah,
really cool of them to announce a new character and then all of a sudden just be like, and the game's coming out next week. Sick.
Just hit you in the face with it. But Casey Jones is perfect for a beat 'em up like this.
Yeah, he's perfect.
I was shocked they didn't announce him sooner.
Well,
but it's a nice little cherry on top.
Right? Just right at the end. Dude, I absolutely love Turtles in Time back in the day.
And I love when I was watching this, probably one of my favorite things to see was he still uses like different weapons.
Yeah, he switches it up.
Like he's got his hockey stick and his golf clubs, his baseball bat. Like,
God, the game's looking great.
Utter chaos. Like, oh my God, look at that.
That's the same animation. Well, that's new,
basketball.
But there's some same animations that they had in the classic game. So it's like a really nice sort of modern rendition of a classic, a la Sonic Mania or like a Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
I miss these kind of beat 'em ups.
These games are great.
They were so
Streets of
much
Rage
fun.
4 was so good and so fun.
Scott Pilgrim. Did you ever play that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
Similar
beat 'em up.
style.
It identical style.
Dude, look at all these different moves. This looks great. Pizza time. Cool enemies. 6-player co-op. That was a big surprise that I honestly didn't expect. And in the trailer with 6 people, it did look pretty over the top and pretty chaotic, but I think that could be a lot of fun. We're going to see if we can get a crew organized for Thursday.
I wonder
to get a 6-person,
this is coming
stream
out on
going
Switch,
here,
right?
So it comes out on everything.
So 6 people in a co-op game on Switch. How do you think the Switch is going to handle it?
I don't know.
Is it like couch co-op only or
No, it's
It
online
does,
too.
It does have couch co-op.
It's
okay,
got
so
player
couch
too.
co-op I think it could handle, but online.
Yeah. Switch is Nintendo's online is not.
I don't even know
Great.
how you could do
I don't
6-person couch co-op. You get 6 controllers for the Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because you just use the one side of a Joy-Con. You just need three
Yeah, you probably don't need that many buttons.
sets of Joy-Cons.
Yeah, but then you have to use the Joy-Con.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
just
know.
get pro controllers and all kinds of controllers. People could bring their own controllers.
Yeah, that too. Oh man, did you ever do that back in the day with
Yep,
like
bring your own
N64 and
controller.
stuff? Bring your own
Yep.
controller.
It was always pack up and bring the controller.
Yeah,
Listen,
because whoever's house it was, they get the best controller. So you bring
Right,
your
right,
own
right.
you
controller.
get dibs. Of course, I had 3 actual Nintendo 64 controllers and then one like super shitty third party. I don't know, Super Pad 64 or something like that. You just did not want to have the last pick on the controller at my house. This looks cool. Excited to play it.
This is
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be a blast.
All right. Don't show anymore. I want to just play it. I'm going to play it. Awesome. Do we have any other gaming news?
That is all for right now.
That's all for the gaming news. Okay, cool. Well,
Beautiful.
we
Beautiful.
are going to take a quick break. That is
Quick
it
little
for
fiver.
the gaming news and the gaming discussion segment of the RetroLab podcast. Thanks again, everybody in the chat, for hanging in the chat, lurking it up out there. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching on YouTube. The video is going to end on YouTube, and it'll pick up with the next segment, the gaming segment. We're going to get lost in time.